Kunja Bihari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari. Yashoda Nandana Braja Jana Ranjanaya. Yashoda Nandana Braja Jana Ranjanaya. Yamuna Tira Vanacharya. Yamuna Tira Vanacharya. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari. Yashoda Nandana Braja Jana Ranjanaya. Yashoda Nandana Braja Jana Ranjanaya. Yamuna Tira Vanacharya. Yamuna Tira Vanacharya. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jai Vishnupad Paramahansa Parivrajacharya Ashtadarashata Shishimat, His Divine Grace Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Prabhupada ki Jai, Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki Jai. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna. We're reading from Bhagavad Gita as it is. Chapter 3, Karma Yoga. Text number 29. Prakritar guna samudam sajante guna karmasu tana kritsna vidomandan kritsna vinna vichalayet. Prakritar guna samudam sajante guna karmasu tana kritsna vidomandan kritsna vinna vichalayet. Prakriter guna samuda Sajante guna karmasu. Tana Krisna vidomandan. Krisna nan vichalayet. Prakriter guna samuda. Sajjante guna karmasu. Tana Krisna vidomandan. Krisna tinvan vichalayet. Prakriter guna samuda. Sajjante guna karmasu. Tana Krisna vidomandan. Krisna vina vichalaye. Prakriter guna samuda. Sajjante guna karmasu. Tana Krisna vidomandan. Krisna vina vichalaye. Prakrite of material nature. Guna by the modes. Samuda befooled by material identification. Sajjante they become engaged. Guna karmasu in material activities. Tan those Krisna vida persons with a poor fund of knowledge. Mandan lazy to understand self-realization. Kritsnavid one who is in factual knowledge. No, not. Vichalayat should try to agitate. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki. Bewildered by the modes of material nature, the ignorant fully engage themselves in material activities and become attached. But the wise should not unsettle them, although these duties are inferior to the performer's lack of knowledge. Purport. Persons who are unknowledgeable falsely identify with gross material consciousness and are full of material designations. This body is a gift of the material nature, and one who is too much attached to the bodily consciousness is called manda, or a lazy person, without understanding of spirit soul. Ignorant men think of the body as self, they accept bodily connections with others as kinsmanship. The land in which the body is obtained is their object of worship, and they consider the formalities of religious rituals to be ends in themselves. Social work, nationalism, and altruism are some of the activities for such materially designated persons. Under the spell of such designations, they are always busy in the material field. For them, spiritual realization is a myth, and so they are not interested. Those who are enlightened in spiritual life, however, should not try to agitate such materially engrossed persons. Better to prosecute one's own spiritual activities silently. Such bewildered persons may be engaged in such primary moral principle of life as non-violence and similar materially benevolent work. Men who are ignorant cannot appreciate activities in Krishna consciousness, and therefore Lord Krishna advises us not to disturb them and simply waste valuable time. But the devotees of the Lord are more kind than the Lord because they understand the purpose of the Lord. Consequently, they take all kinds of risks, even to the point of approaching ignorant men to try to engage them in the acts of Krishna consciousness, which are absolutely necessary for the human being. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Shimate Praladananda Swamiti Namine. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Shimate Bhaktivedanta Swamiti Namine. Namaste Sarasvate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyatya Deshatarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. So people in general are very busy. They have so many duties. And if you try to stop them, say, hey, you're wasting your time. That's not gonna work. People in general cannot understand Krishna consciousness because their whole education is going exactly in the other direction. As Maharaj quoted this morning, this verse from Bhagavad Gita, Yanisha Sarva Bhutani Tasyam Jagrati Samyami Yasyam Jagrati Bhutani Sanisha Pashato Muna. What is night for all beings is the time of the awakening for the self-control, and the time of awakening for the self-control is night for the introspective sage. So this describes very nicely the difference between a normal materialist and a person who is interested in Krishna consciousness. It's completely the other way. So Krishna consciousness and modern education are going completely in other direction. Modern, if you listen to this American motivational speakers, the whole point there is that you have to be the best. I remember when I was working in this corporation, whenever we had this meeting once per year or every few months, I don't remember, there was always Tina Turner. You're simply the best. Pam, pam, pam. There was always this loud, because our company is simply the best. So in some way, all this modern education is you have to be simply the best, somehow. No, you're some sort of Krishna, little Krishna, if not big, little. Best company, if not, you have the best team, best family, best dog, best whatever, doesn't matter, but you have to be the best. And Vaishnava culture is completely the other way around. You have to be more humble than a blade of grass, more tolerant than a tree, always ready to offer respect to everyone and not expecting respect for himself. That doesn't seem very similar. So, because we somehow get contaminated with this modern culture, like Gandhi said when Gandhi went to London, they asked him, "What do you think about British culture?" And Gandhi said, "It would be a good idea." So this our so-called culture is not really culture. There was another one. There's another one on this. Lomanchita Prabhu liked this. He said, "What's the difference between yogurt and modern culture?" And the answer is that in yogurt, at least there is some culture. So anyway, if we're at this point, so the point is, if we are educated in this culture, then we want to be the best. You know, and even if we come to Krishna consciousness, we want to be the best something. You know, I heard from Srila Prabhupada's books that it's book distribution is the most important. Yeah, Jai. So I have to be the best book distributor, beat everyone else. So the same thing. And it's very hard to have to be the best preacher. Who is the most important here? Okay, a preacher is most important. Okay, I want to be important. Okay, I have to preach. So this mood, of course, maybe you want to be temple president. You have to be something. Have to have some followers. So that's very much inside, you know. There. Okay, I want to be somehow important. And in Krishna consciousness, actually the persons who are the best leaders are the ones who don't want to be important. They're like, do you want, please, we need a temple president. You're like, no, not me. No, but we need someone who will do this service. Okay, I will accept this responsibility. So these persons who actually do it as from some duty. The best managers are the ones who don't want to be managers in some way. You know, they are not looking for recognition. I want to be the best. I want to have this title. No, I want to serve. So advanced devotees really don't care who takes the credit. Last time we went for Sankirtan with the Manchita Prabhu, he was telling me that very nice things can be achieved if you don't care who is getting the merit. We had one last Bhagavad Gita. He said, you take it because you'll distribute it faster. I didn't, but he's of course a better book distributor than I am. But that was his point, you know, that I don't care, you know, if you distribute it faster, then you take it and you distribute it, and no problem, you know. If you don't care who will take the merit, who is like will take the credit, you know, okay, jai, then many nice things can be achieved, because then you can really act as an instrument. So that was a side dish. So the point is that with the existing education, it's not a wonder that most of the people are not interested in Krishna consciousness. Most of the people will not come to a Hare Krishna temple. So that's normal. Srila Prabhupada would say that if you sell diamonds, then you will not have many customers. So Krishna says here that don't worry so much, and Srila Prabhupada also says the same thing in the purport. Don't worry so much about people who are not interested. You know, usually the tendency of the beginner is he will go after 3 days of Krishna consciousness, he will go and preach to his parents. Hey, you're eating meat, you'll burn in hell. And usually he gets into big trouble because he has no idea what he's doing. And if you go for Sankirtan, first lesson you learn in Sankirtan, usually the hard way, is that you don't preach to fanatic people. And that includes every type of fanatic people. Fanatic Christians, fanatic Muslims, fanatic atheists, fanatic Darwinists, fanatic whatever. You can be fanatic in any way. And how you learn this? You usually debate for 1 hour with them. And at the end of this debate, you're like, let's go home. You'll feel just drained. You know? You have no energy. You're like, okay, let's just go home. It's enough for today. So that's the first lesson usually devotees learn in Sankirtan. Don't debate with the fanatic, whatever he is fanatic in. You just say, it was nice to meet you. And just go away. Because the point is there are plenty of people out there. And some are interested and some are not interested. And why bother so much with people who are not interested? Why try to convince everyone, you know? They don't want to be convinced. So, you try. 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Okay. Thank you. Goodbye. And this also, traditionally, the point was that it wasn't even the guru searching for the disciple. It was more or less the disciple searching for a guru. No, the Guru will stay there. And the disciples, they will say, "Oh, this very nice guru," and everyone will be okay. Let's go meet this guru. So this traditional. Traditionally, people will not go so much. Searching for disciple. So this is one type of injunction, and at the end of Bhagavad Gita, one of the almost last verses Krishna speaks, he says, "This confidential knowledge may never be explained to those who are not austere or devoted or engaged in devotional service, nor to one who is envious of me." So Krishna says, do not preach this message to the unqualified. Never. This is heavy word, serious word. But at the end of, what's interesting is that at the end of this purport, after Srila Prabhupada makes this point that actually nobody is qualified in the West. We're not qualified to get this knowledge. And people on the streets are also not qualified. But at the end of the purport, Srila Prabhupada reveals a bit more. He says that actually more confidential attitude than avoiding all people who are not interested in Krishna consciousness, which is all of them, 99.9% of people. More interesting than that is that you try to give these unqualified people Krishna consciousness. Somehow. Find someone envious, find someone who is supposed to be an atheist. Nobody is an atheist, They have no idea what they're talking about. And you try to give them Krishna consciousness. So it's interesting. After Krishna speaks this verse, you should never give this knowledge to the envious, he reveals something more important. He says, for one who explains the supreme secret to the devotees, pure devotional service is guaranteed, and at the end he will come back to me. There is no servant in this world more dear to me than he, nor will there ever be one more dear. So after he says, okay, you should not give this knowledge to the envious, Krishna says, but if you manage to do it, wow, that's really nice. And that's really something that will touch my heart. Wow, this is really impressive. So actually, that's what the confidential servants of Krishna do. They give knowledge to the unqualified people. Lord Chaitanya instructs Lord Nityananda to go door to door preaching. Just knock, knock. Please chant Hare Krišna. Very, very simple preaching. And that's actually Krishna's mood. No, that's the real mood. And that's also the mood of pure devotees, like Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada didn't stay in Vrindavan, and if you want a guru, you will have to go to Vrindavan and find Srila Prabhupada somewhere in a temple and accept him as your spiritual master. No, Srila Prabhupada came to the West. When he came to the West, everyone was thinking, that's nobody ever goes to the West. They were thinking that you'll get contaminated just by crossing the ocean. You're already contaminated. You're untouchable. And still, Srila Prabhupada says, no, I will go there and give them Krishna consciousness. But they are mlechas, unqualified, uncultured, everything. Yes, I know, but I will go. So that's even more interesting. That's why Srila Prabhupada is so dear to Krishna. Because he did this. He could have stayed in Vrindavan. He could have chanted very nicely in Vrindavan. And if we're interested, we can always go to Vrindavan. Sometimes it's really funny. You meet these people and they tell you how they are interested to go on a spiritual journey to the Himalayas and this and that. And you're in front of, a shopping center or somewhere, more or less almost at his home. And you say, yeah, but how about this is the conclusion from the Himalayas? Can you help with a donation? I say, no, I will go to Himalayas. So people don't even have this qualification to, you go at their door, and then you offer them spiritual knowledge on a plate, okay, this is Bhagavad Gita, this is everything you need to know. Here, you take it, you give a donation, you read it, and you know everything. No, I will go to Himalaya. I mean, of course, these people, they are so unqualified that they will never go to Himalayas. So that's, and Srila Prabhupada changed especially in the West, he changed the whole thing around, You're unqualified. If you would want spiritual knowledge, you'll have to go to Vrindavan, to somewhere to find some. And Srila Prabhupada said, no, we will come at your door. We'll knock at your door, like as I understood in the 90s, the devotees here were doing every door in Slovenia twice a year. You live, doesn't matter where you live. You live somewhere in the mountains, there's 2 houses in that village. We come to your door, we knock on your door and say, hey, you want this spiritual knowledge from the Himalayas? Please, just take it. Just come on, just take it. So Srila Prabhupada's mood was completely the other way around. No, we come to your door. You just have to accept it, and that's actually Lord Chaitanya's mood. That okay, we give Krishna consciousness to everyone. Just accept it. And of course, some will accept it, and some will not accept it. So the point is that this is Srila Prabhupada's mood. It's just a tool for Lord Chaitanya, for Lord Krishna. And we can also be tools for Srila Prabhupada. Of course, this knowledge, how to distribute it, it takes some discrimination. How to preach in a way that it's useful. Usually Kanishta Adhikari doesn't preach, because Kanishta Adhikari is sometimes fanatic. He has no idea how to preach. He has no understanding who is this person in front of me. What part of Krishna consciousness would he be able to accept? Because actually everyone you meet on the street, or not on the street, everyone you meet, they have some parts of Krishna consciousness they can agree with. So if you're an expert in preaching, you'll just start giving them the parts they can accept. Usually they can accept prasadam. So usually Kanishta Adhikari is not preaching, because he doesn't have this common sense, this idea, this he could accept. If I present things a bit in this way, then he will accept. So, but Srila Prabhupada gave us a very interesting way. He gave us some tools that more or less many people will accept. He gave three big weapons. First is prasadam. Even if he's the biggest atheist, he will still like the cookies. 90% of the people in Slovenia like the cookies. They're like, wow, I really don't like your philosophy, but you have good food. So everyone will like the cookies. No. So prasadam is one weapon that you can always use. And of course, he gave Harinam. Usually, as Maharaj says, people think these people are crazy, but they're happy crazy. Good. They're nice crazy. they entertain us. So they are nice people. A bit crazy, but anyway. At least they are happy. So people usually like the Harinam. They have no idea what this is. Like today we were in Postojna and there was this young person. He was like, just... and I didn't have to say much to him. He was like, yeah, these good vibes, this good rhythm. He liked the music. So anyway, so he took some books. And of course, Srila Prabhupada gave us the books, which are a bit harder for people to accept. But also, this is a very nice way because Srila Prabhupada gave us a tool that even if you're completely unqualified to preach, it doesn't matter. You take a book, you say, my dear sir, I'm completely unqualified. I have no idea what I'm talking about. Probably you don't say it like that. But here's a book from someone who actually knows what he's talking about. And then, if you manage to get him to take a book and bring it home, and maybe he will even open, then Srila Prabhupada will do the rest. So he gave this very nice tool for you're not qualified to preach, no problem. Just take some books, go say hi to people, hello, glorify them, tell them how important they are, how actually they are simply the best. And this is a book for the best people, best books for best people. Give the best donation. Yeah. And Hare Krishna. And then finish. No, that's all. So that's a really nice tool. And of course, in preaching, you can be a bit sneaky. Maybe little. Maybe like in book distribution. You usually don't go and tell people, oh, excuse me, sir, this is books about God and how to surrender to God. You say, it's books on yoga and meditation. They teach you how to get free from stress. Something. So, more general. Usually, you don't lie to people. That's something that Srila Prabhupada didn't want us to do. But you tell some things that are somehow true, but they also connect with what they want to hear. Because they teach you how to get free from stress. After some time. Anyway, you don't... So, we can be a bit sneaky. But that's also dangerous, because especially for beginners, if you start and go into this direction, you do some bridge preaching. Then after some time, especially if you're in the beginning, it's not very clear what's the bridge and what's the destination. So you say some things that they want to hear, and if you say this too many times, and you're not very clear about the philosophy, then you might confuse it. You're like, oh, this, it's not clear what's the internal policy and the external policy. There's this joke. So there's this risk that you have not very clear idea. Okay, this is Krishna consciousness philosophy, and this is something which you put in the middle. We tell people, haha, this is yoga. Maybe we do some asanas, but it should be very clear what is Krishna consciousness, what is not Krishna consciousness, what is something else that is useful in preaching sometimes. Yeah. So we should have this understanding about what's internal policy and what's external policy. what Prabhupada said and what is coming from in Shri Guru Parampara, and what we can say that is useful. There is this joke in Romania. I'm not sure if this is understandable, but anyway, we'll try. There's this during the communist reign, was this dictator Ceausescu, and everyone had to have this. You had these classes, and everyone had to glorify Ceausescu. And then this you have this personage, you have like this. In every country, you have some person who is like in all the jokes. So that's it's called Bula in Romania. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So they start this glorification, this, that. Everyone is the most magnanimous, the most intelligent, the most. And Bula is like, oh, he's a rascal. He is doing everything wrong for the people in Romania, and this and that, and like. Well, but you cannot speak like this here. It's a communist country. You will get us in trouble. No problem. Next class again. And then they have an inspection. And I have this inspection and say, okay, who wants to say something about Ceausescu? Okay, or this person. Oh, he's very nice. He's very learned. 4 classes. This next person, and then who else? And Bula raises his hand, and the teacher's like, oh my God, if this guy starts speaking, then we're in real trouble. And everyone is like, okay, and the inspector says, you please say. And he starts glorifying, oh, the most magnanimous, the most this, the most. Like, and this teacher is like surprised. Oh, you can, you can actually. And then the inspector goes and away, and then next class again, the teacher is like, okay, who wants to glorify the Ceausescu? And the Bula again starts, oh, he's a rascal, he's a this and a this. But and the teacher is somehow confused, like, how come last time when the inspector was here, you were saying very nice things. Yes, teacher, but you don't understand there's internal policy and external policy. So anyway, so Bula knew what he has to say to be nice, but he had his own idea. So in a way, a preacher sometimes is doing like that. He's very clear what's the message of the Shri Guru Parampara, and sometimes he says a few things that would put things on track. So that can be very dangerous for young devotees, because you should be very clear. So you should really read the books, read Srila Prabhupada's books, and understand the philosophy, and also observe devotees who are more expert than we are, how they preach, how they present to different audiences. Srila Prabhupada was very expert in this. We can find examples of devotees who can preach in a way. But the really wonderful thing, at least for me, it's like that even if you're not qualified, you have this wonderful tool, Okay, I'm not qualified. I can take a harmonium and go on Chopova and sing. I cannot say anything, maybe. Maybe I can say, but I just go there and sing, and people will come and they will give a donation, and they will get a book on Hare Krišna. That's very effective preaching, And Srila Prabhupada gave this very nice method to preach. You're not qualified, you can go to people, you like to speak with people, you just say hi, hello, you look very spiritual, this is a book for you, please give a donation. That's it. So this Srila Prabhupada gave us this wonderful opportunity to be a part of a tool for him in his mission, in Krishna's mission actually, that he's usually it's very hard to reach these envious people, these people who are not interested in Krishna consciousness. But Srila Prabhupada gave us some tools which make us efficient, even for these people. You can somehow give them something. You can always give them something. So that's Srila Prabhupada's actual mood, that we have to reach to everyone as much as possible, and then we have to invent ways how to reach as many people as possible and how to give them Krishna consciousness. And I mean, we should do it because at some point probably someone did it for us. We probably came from the same uncultured society, and someone somehow gave us a book or invited us for a program or gave us the holy name in some way or gave us prasadam. So this is somehow our duty to give it forward. Okay, so we'll stop here. If there's some questions, comments. Maharaj, you want to add some? Okay. Thank you so much. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki